What's up, guys? So I know it's been a while since I posted. I've just been kind of busy, but trying to get back in the groove of things. I'm kind of waiting on a couple things to sell before I finish up the Cody swap on that Expedition. But today I'm putting headers in this Mustang here, and I was just kind of go over a couple overview things that kind of make it a little easier. So what I've done, on the ground or whatnot, I think when I first did mine, I might have used a block of wood and lifted up on the oil pan. But typically, if I can keep from going to an oil pan, I do. So I've actually got this tied from the top. I've come in here, removed the engine mounts, and I've pretty much got most of the bottom screws out of studs out of this side. The engine mount is also removed from this side. I'll probably end up moving this out of my way as well. Typically on these Coyotes, it's pretty common when you're pulling studs out to get something like this. And I mean, you can double nut it, stuff like that. There's a couple things you can do to get these off. The Stainless Works headers kit actually came with bolts. I typically don't use all the bolts. I'll try to reuse studs where I can, but there are cases where it's a little easier to get a bolt in there, and I will use it. Also, on these, if the studs come out, then most of the time the threads, they're not messed up, but I typically always run a tap. Well, in the past, I've always just I actually had a bolt that I, slotted in 3 spots to use as a tap, but I actually have a tap for Coyote exhaust studs now. So it's always a good idea to run a tap in there before you go back with a bolt, stud, whatever you decide to use. All right, so passenger side is out. You can kind of see the studs that didn't stay. The rest of them did. Every one of these studs I got from the bottom, except that very front one up there. I got it from the top, and with a ratchet wrench, it was relatively easy. I don't really remember exactly. If I'm not mistaken, most people, I think, believe the passenger side is harder. That really wasn't all that bad doing it this way. Now I got to remove the steering shaft from the driver's side and go ahead and get the rest of those out. But I mean, so far, it's only been a couple hours I've been out here messing with this. I think I spent more time trying to figure out how to get it tied up. That probably cost me most of my time, honestly, because typically, tying an engine up, you would just go to the headers or the exhaust manifolds. But since I'm removing those, I kind of had to get creative. But obviously, I'm in a strong spot. It's held up how it is. So, yeah, gonna keep knocking away at this, and if I come across anything else I think might kind of help, I'll let you guys know. All right, so I finally got everything buttoned up. I just got to plug in the last O2 sensor. Overall, I think it come out pretty well, especially considering. So for whatever reason, the mid pipes weren't long enough to reach the Corsa. So basically, I had my buddy, he's got a tube bender, swedger, all the above, swedge these 2 pieces. I did remove the insert, so this is true 3-inch here. That's fully TIG welded. I used the but the Stainless Works connectors for these, and just kind of left those slip fit for ease of removal. And then I V-banded. Now on this side where it's just tacked, it's fully welded on the inside, but on the back side, they are at least tacked on the inside, but I fully welded them on the outside because it was a little bit easier. I just kind of lowered the exhaust down.